It is National Signing Day. Let's be clear, the final one before the 2022 season begins here at Wofford. Head coach Josh Conklin joins me, and I'm looking at the list, 10 new signees to go along with all the signees you had back in late fall, winter, and a lot of emphasis on skill positions this time. Kind of tell me about the class and how you feel about it.
Well, I mean, obviously we feel really good. Like you said, we had a chance to add, 10 guys during this last signing period. We focused on, we had 3 wide receivers that are going to join this class on the offensive side, which was a huge focus for us just in terms of being able to get the ball to the perimeter a little bit more and be able to get those guys activated. And, we had taken a little bit of a hit with some guys transferring at that position, but I'm really excited about these guys who are coming in. And then we've got one guy, Jordan Davis, who's already on campus at wide receiver as well. And then the 2 back-end guys, good additions, right here close within 2 hours. Both of them are, and I think they're going to add a lot to that back end in terms of the defense.
Of course, it's not just signing day for high school players. You've worked the transfer portal a little bit, and you've got a really good-looking candidate coming in, a transfer from South Dakota State University.
Yeah, so when I hired Coach Watson had a list of guys kind of that he had been working through on the portal. He was actually one of those guys that we had spoke to, and it ended up being a great fit. He came down here in January, decided this is where he wanted to be. He'll add a lot to that room. It'll be a really competitive group, I think, going into this spring, and obviously it'll be really competitive going into the fall. All those guys have got a little bit of a taste in terms of where we're going with the offense and what Sean is going to continue to implement on the offensive side. And Caden absolutely has a lot of experience. So we're excited about him, add a lot of depth, and a guy that's taken college reps at a really good program.
The nice thing about Cade Rice, the transfer we're talking about, you add him to the quarterback room that you already have, is when you go into spring practice, that's kind of just like an accelerated course for him to get into, and everybody else, the Wofford terminology, the Wofford way of doing things. How important will this spring practice be, not only for the new guys, but the returnees as well?
It's going to be really important. I think when you're installing, a new offense and new terminology, we're going to kind of strip it down to the bare bones. We're really doing the same thing on defense as well. We're going to kind of overhaul the defense. I'm active back in that room, and just kind of, take it down to the studs and then try to build it back up with the personnel that we have. It's going to be really critical for all those guys that are here, and it's going to be important for a guy like a quarterback to come in and be able to get that work underneath his belt as he moves into the fall.
Finally, you've been active on the coaching front too. You've got some new guys coming in that all have different skill sets and strengths. Tell me about some of the new coaches that will be joining the staff this year.
Well, obviously the first guy is Sean Watson. He's our offensive coordinator. He's coming from Northern Iowa. He was a guy that was the offensive coordinator at Pitt when I was there as the defensive coordinator. Got a lot of respect for him. And, this was just a great opportunity for him. He saw it as a great opportunity. He's kind of in a different place in terms of his career. He's not a guy that's chasing a big offensive coordinator position. He's been there, he's done it. He really wants to develop young coaches, and he wants to develop the players. And we're really lucky to have a guy of his caliber. The other guy on defense right now is Andrew Warwick, who's going to be our co-defensive coordinator. He was highly recommended by the Clemson staff, Coach Sweeney, Brent Venerables. When Brent was there, we'd been talking all the way in December and finally got that one done. He'll add a lot of expertise in terms of the run fits and the run game. And he'll help be a huge piece in terms of overhauling our defense as well, and kind of the direction that, I personally want to take it as a head coach and do some things a little bit differently maybe than what we've done in the past. And then we've got the last 2 guys, a running backs coach and a tight ends coach, who the paperwork's in. I just can't mention those guys yet, but they'll be here hopefully by Sunday night.
Can't wait. It's only February, already fired up for the season, and keep an eye on WoffordTerriers.com. The schedule should be released pretty soon. Coach, thanks for your time. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.